Let me guess how you study. You sit down with your textbook, you read the chapter, then you read it again. You take a highlighter and paint half the page yellow. 4 hours later, you feel productive. Then the exam comes, and your mind goes completely blank. Here's the uncomfortable truth, buddy. You didn't forget the material, you never actually learned it. And it's not because you're lazy or slow, it's because nobody ever taught you how to study. Japanese students face some of the hardest entrance exams on the planet, and over the years, their study culture has quietly perfected a set of methods that make learning feel almost unfair, like a cheat code for your brain. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 of them, backed by real memory science. And stick with me till the end, because method 5 is the one that feels the most like cheating. It can cut your study time almost in half. Let's get into it. First, you need to understand why your current method is broken. When you reread a chapter, your brain recognizes the words and whispers, "I know this already." But recognizing is not remembering. Scientists call this the illusion of competence. The highlighter makes the page familiar, not your memory. It's like watching someone ride a bicycle 10 times and believing you can now ride one. The moment the exam asks you to actually ride, you fall. Real learning has a simple rule. If it feels easy, it isn't working. Keep that in mind, because every method you're about to learn works precisely because it adds a little bit of difficulty. That difficulty is the workout that builds the muscle. Method 1. Kaizen, the art of starting stupidly small. In Japan, Kaizen means continuous improvement through tiny steps. Toyota built an empire on it, and it fixes the biggest studying problem of all, not starting. Here's how you use it. Instead of planning a heroic 4-hour session, which your brain fears and avoids, you commit to just 15 minutes. That's it. Anyone can do 15 minutes. But here's the trick. Starting is the hardest part of studying, and once you're in motion, your brain usually wants to continue. The rule is, you're only obligated to do 15 minutes. Most days you'll do far more, and even on your worst day, 15 minutes beats 0, because 1% better every single day compounds into someone unrecognizable by exam season. Method 2. The one-point focus ritual. Walk into a serious Japanese study room and you'll notice something strange. The desk is almost empty. One book, one notebook, one pen, nothing else. That's not decoration, that's neuroscience. Every extra object on your desk, especially your phone, quietly pulls a thread of your attention. Researchers found that just having your phone visible on the desk lowers your effective brain power, even when it's face down, even when it's off. Your brain spends energy ignoring it. So before you study, run a 60-second ritual. Clear the desk completely, put your phone in another room, open one subject only. This tiny ceremony also becomes a trigger. After a week, the clean desk itself tells your brain, it's focus time, and you slip into concentration almost automatically. Method 3. Study like a tester, not a reader. Japanese exam culture runs on one thing: practice tests. Mountains of them. And science says that's exactly right. It's called active recall. Instead of pushing information into your head by rereading, you pull it out by testing yourself. Every time you force your brain to retrieve an answer, the memory pathway gets physically stronger. Rereading strengthens almost nothing. So here's your new rule. Close the book. After you read a page, shut it and ask yourself, what did I just read? Write questions in your notebook while you study, then quiz yourself tomorrow. Use flashcards. Attempt past papers before you feel ready. Yes, it feels harder than rereading. Struggling to remember feels like failure, but that struggle is the learning. Easy studying is fake studying. Method 4. Beat the forgetting curve. Over a century ago, scientists discovered something brutal. Within 24 hours, your brain deletes up to 70% of what you learned. Within a week, almost 90% is gone. That's why cramming feels productive on Sunday and useless on Friday. The fix is called spaced repetition, and it's beautifully simple. Review the same material at growing intervals. Once the next day, again after 3 days, again after a week, again after 2 weeks. Each review takes only a few minutes because you're not relearning, you're just refreshing. But every refresh flattens a forgetting curve until the memory becomes almost permanent. 10 minutes of review 4 times beats 4 hours of cramming once. That's not motivation talk, that's math. And method 5, the one that feels like cheating. Become the teacher. In Japanese classrooms, there's a practice where students take turns explaining solutions to the class. Because here's the secret every good student discovers. The fastest way to learn something is to teach it. Here's how you do it alone. After studying a topic, close everything, take a blank page, and explain the concept out loud, in simple words, as if teaching a 10-year-old. No jargon allowed. The moment you get stuck or start using fancy words you can't explain, congratulations! You found the exact hole in your understanding. Go back, fill that one hole, and explain again. Smooth explanation equals true understanding. This works because teaching forces your brain to organize knowledge instead of just storing it. One honest teaching session can replace 3 rereads. That's why it feels like cheating. Same material, half the time, double the depth. Now, let's put it all together, because these 5 methods aren't separate tricks, they're one system. Kaizen gets you to the desk. The empty desk gets you focused. Active recall does the heavy lifting. Spaced repetition makes it permanent. And teaching proves you actually own it. A simple daily flow looks like this. 15-minute Kaizen, start on a clean desk. Study one topic, close the book, and quiz yourself. Before ending, spend 5 minutes explaining today's topic to an empty chair. Tomorrow, begin with a 5-minute review of yesterday. That's it. No 18-hour study days, no burnout, just a quiet system that compounds. Here's my challenge to you. Pick your hardest subject, the one you've been avoiding, and run this exact system on it for 7 days, 1 week. I promise you'll be shocked at how much sticks without the endless rereading. Because here's the truth, buddy. You were never bad at studying. You were just given the wrong instructions, and now you have the right ones. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share it with that one friend who's been highlighting their entire textbook. You know exactly who they are. Remember, study smart first, then studying hard actually pays. See you in the next one.